What if everything you have ever searched for has never been waiting somewhere far away? What if peace is not hidden beyond the horizon, success is not locked behind impossible circumstances, and happiness is not reserved for a lucky few? What if the greatest treasure has been living quietly inside you from the very beginning, waiting for the moment you finally become still enough to recognize it? Most people spend their entire lives chasing a better future while ignoring the incredible power that already exists within their own minds. They believe that changing the world around them will finally change the way they feel inside. Yet every lasting transformation begins in the invisible world of thought before it ever appears in physical reality. The mind is not simply a place where ideas are stored. It is the workshop where every future is designed, every possibility is explored, and every dream first takes shape. When you understand this truth, you stop begging life to become easier and begin training yourself to become more aware, more focused, and more connected to the limitless intelligence that quietly exists beneath the noise of everyday thinking. The moment your attention turns inward with confidence instead of fear, you begin discovering a different kind of strength. You realize that calmness is not weakness, silence is not emptiness, stillness is not inactivity. They are the conditions in which your deepest wisdom becomes clear. Beneath every anxious thought is a peaceful awareness that has never been damaged by disappointment, failure, or doubt. That awareness has always been present, patiently waiting for you to trust it. Every time you slow your breathing, relax your body, and allow your mind to settle, you move closer to that hidden source of clarity. Suddenly, problems no longer appear as permanent obstacles. They become puzzles that a focused mind can solve. Fear begins losing its authority because your attention is no longer feeding it. Worry starts dissolving because your imagination is finally working for you instead of against you. The greatest breakthrough in your life will never begin with louder effort. It begins with deeper awareness. When your inner world becomes peaceful, your decisions become wiser, your actions become stronger, your confidence becomes quieter, and your life begins reflecting the powerful reality that has always existed within you. Imagine carrying the answer to every important question without realizing it. Most people search endlessly for guidance from the outside. They wait for someone else to give them permission, certainty, or direction. They believe that wisdom belongs to experts, opportunities belong to the fortunate, and confidence belongs to those who were born different. Yet the greatest source of guidance has never been outside of you. It has always existed beneath the surface of your everyday thoughts, patiently waiting for your attention. The challenge is not that this inner source is absent. The challenge is that the constant noise of fear, doubt, distraction, and overthinking keeps you from hearing it. Every moment you fill your mind with worry, you move farther away from the quiet intelligence that naturally knows the next step. Every moment you choose awareness instead of anxiety, you begin reconnecting with a power that has always been present. This inner kingdom is not built from material possessions, social approval, or external achievements. It is built from clarity, faith, imagination, gratitude, and disciplined thought. When these qualities become stronger than fear, your entire experience of life begins to change. You start noticing opportunities that were always there but hidden behind negative expectations. You recognize solutions where others only see problems. You become calm while others become overwhelmed because your confidence no longer depends on circumstances. Instead, it comes from the unshakable understanding that your greatest resource lives within your own consciousness. Every visualization strengthens that connection. Every peaceful moment deepens your awareness. Every positive expectation teaches your mind to recognize new possibilities. The more often you enter a relaxed state with a clear purpose, the more your subconscious begins working with you instead of against you. Ideas arrive with surprising simplicity. Creative solutions appear when they are needed most. Your intuition grows sharper because your mind is no longer crowded with unnecessary mental noise. You stop reacting automatically to every challenge and begin responding with wisdom and purpose. This is how extraordinary lives are created. They are not built by people who control every circumstance. They are built by people who learn to master the invisible world within themselves first. When your inner world is filled with peace, confidence, vision, and belief, the outer world gradually begins reflecting those same qualities, proving that the greatest kingdom you will ever discover has been waiting inside you all along. There is a remarkable difference between a mind that is constantly racing and a mind that has learned to become still. One is exhausted by endless questions, while the other quietly receives clear answers. Most people believe that silence is simply the absence of sound, but true silence is much more than that. It is the moment when fear stops shouting, doubt loses its grip, and your deeper awareness finally has the opportunity to speak. In that peaceful state, your imagination becomes more vivid, your intuition becomes stronger, and your ability to recognize new possibilities expands beyond what you once believed was possible. The greatest ideas rarely appear in moments of panic or confusion. They emerge when the mind is relaxed, focused, and open to inspiration. That is why learning to enter a calm mental state is not escaping reality. It is preparing yourself to shape reality with greater wisdom and purpose. Every day you have a choice. You can allow your attention to be controlled by distractions, worries, and negative expectations, or you can deliberately guide your mind toward peace, clarity, and creative vision. The direction of your attention eventually becomes the direction of your life. When your thoughts are scattered, your energy becomes scattered as well. When your thoughts become focused, your energy begins working together toward a meaningful goal. This is why even a few minutes of intentional stillness can transform the quality of an entire day. During those quiet moments, visualize the life you want with confidence instead of desperation. Feel gratitude before visible results appear. Imagine yourself acting with courage before difficult situations arrive. Train your subconscious to recognize success as something familiar rather than something distant. As this practice becomes consistent, your reactions begin to change. Challenges no longer intimidate you as they once did because your mind has already rehearsed strength instead of fear. Your confidence grows naturally because it is built on repeated inner experience rather than temporary external praise. You begin trusting your own inner guidance more than the opinions of people who cannot see your vision. That trust becomes the foundation of lasting achievement. Every great transformation begins in the unseen world before it becomes visible to everyone else. When you protect the quiet space within your mind and return to it daily with discipline and faith, you unlock a level of creativity, resilience, and inner certainty that no circumstance can take away, allowing your entire life to become a reflection of the peace and wisdom you have cultivated within. Look closely at the life you are living today, and you will discover that every action, every habit, and every decision was first born as a thought. Nothing appears in your outer world without first passing through your inner world. Your mind is like a fertile garden that never stops producing. It does not ask whether the seeds you plant are helpful or harmful. It simply nurtures whatever you consistently give your attention to. If you repeatedly imagine failure, fear, and limitation, your subconscious begins accepting those images as instructions. It quietly organizes your emotions, choices, and behaviors to match those expectations. If instead you repeatedly fill your mind with confidence, purpose, gratitude, and possibility, your subconscious begins working toward those images with the same dedication. This is why your thoughts are far more powerful than passing moments of emotion. They become mental blueprints that shape the direction of your life. Every repeated thought strengthens a pathway within your mind, making similar thoughts easier to produce tomorrow. That is why changing your life begins by changing what you repeatedly think about when no one else is watching. Stop allowing fear to rehearse your future. Let your imagination become a tool for creating possibilities rather than predicting disasters. See yourself speaking with confidence before you enter the room. See yourself solving problems before they appear. See yourself remaining calm while others surrender to panic. The subconscious responds most strongly to thoughts that are repeated with emotion and clarity. Give it images of the person you are becoming instead of reminders of the person you are trying to leave behind. Your attention is one of the greatest forms of creative energy you possess. Wherever it flows, your inner world begins to grow in that direction. Refuse to waste it on bitterness, resentment, and endless worry. Direct it toward wisdom, compassion, courage, and meaningful goals. Every day offers another opportunity to strengthen the mental patterns that support the life you truly desire. Progress may not always be visible immediately, but every positive thought, every peaceful visualization, and every intentional moment of belief is shaping your subconscious in ways that cannot yet be seen. Eventually, those invisible changes begin expressing themselves through your actions, your confidence, your relationships, and your opportunities. The outer world starts reflecting the inner transformation that has been quietly taking place all along, proving that lasting success is never created by chance, but by the disciplined practice of choosing thoughts that consistently align with the future you are determined to bring into reality. Every day presents two invisible paths. One is guided by fear, habit, and limitation. The other is guided by possibility, awareness, and deliberate choice. Most people never notice this decision because it happens silently within the mind long before it appears in their actions. They wake up carrying yesterday's doubts, yesterday's disappointments, and yesterday's expectations into a brand new day. As a result, tomorrow becomes nothing more than a repetition of yesterday. The mind simply follows the familiar patterns it has practiced for years. But the moment you become aware of this process, everything begins to change. Awareness gives you the power to interrupt automatic thinking and replace it with intentional thinking. Instead of asking what might go wrong, begin asking what incredible opportunity could emerge from this moment. Instead of expecting obstacles to defeat you, imagine yourself meeting every challenge with calmness, creativity, and confidence. The subconscious mind accepts repeated expectations as directions. It constantly searches for experiences that match the pictures you hold within yourself. This is why the quality of your imagination determines the quality of your future. If your inner vision is filled with hope, purpose, and faith, your actions naturally begin moving toward those outcomes. If your imagination remains trapped in fear, hesitation, and self-doubt, your behavior quietly follows the same direction. Every lasting transformation begins with a different picture in the mind before it becomes visible in the world. Train yourself to pause before reacting. Breathe deeply, relax your body, allow your thoughts to settle until clarity replaces emotional confusion. From that peaceful state, choose thoughts that strengthen rather than weaken you. Visualize yourself becoming the person capable of achieving your greatest goals. Feel gratitude before success arrives. Experience confidence before circumstances seem to justify it. Your subconscious responds not only to words, but also to emotion. When belief and positive feeling accompany your mental images, they become powerful instructions that influence your decisions, your habits, and your perception of every opportunity around you. Over time, what once felt impossible begins to feel natural because your mind has accepted a new standard for who you are. Fear loses its authority because you no longer feed it with constant attention. Possibility becomes your natural way of thinking because you have practiced it repeatedly. The world may not change overnight, but your relationship with the world transforms immediately when your consciousness changes first, allowing every decision, every action, and every new day to become an expression of the limitless potential that has always existed within your own mind. The greatest purpose of understanding your inner world is not simply to experience a few moments of peace. It is to carry that peace into every part of your daily life until it becomes the foundation of everything you think, say, and do. Too many people treat moments of clarity as temporary escapes. They feel inspired during quiet reflection, yet the moment they return to ordinary routines, they surrender once again to stress, fear, and distraction. Real transformation happens when the calmness you discover within becomes stronger than the chaos surrounding you. Every conversation becomes an opportunity to express patience instead of frustration. Every challenge becomes an invitation to demonstrate confidence instead of panic. Every setback becomes a lesson instead of a reason to lose hope. The quality of your life is determined less by what happens to you and more by the state of consciousness you bring into each experience. This is why your inner practice must become a daily habit rather than an occasional event. Spend time each day relaxing your body, quieting your thoughts, and creating a vivid mental picture of the life you intend to build. See yourself acting with courage when others hesitate. Imagine yourself speaking with kindness even when faced with negativity. Picture yourself making wise decisions with complete confidence. Allow those mental experiences to become so familiar that your subconscious accepts them as your natural way of being. Then carry those qualities into every action throughout the day. Let your thoughts remain disciplined, even when circumstances tempt you to complain. Choose gratitude when others focus on scarcity. Choose hope when fear tries to dominate your imagination. Choose purpose when distractions compete for your attention. Every small decision strengthens the identity you are creating. Eventually, your actions, your habits, and your character begin reflecting the peaceful vision you have cultivated within yourself. People may wonder why you remain calm during difficult moments or why opportunities seem to appear at the right time. What they cannot see is the invisible work you have been doing in your own consciousness every single day. They see the results without seeing the preparation. They notice the confidence without recognizing the discipline behind it. They admire the success without understanding the inner transformation that made it possible. Never underestimate the power of living from your highest awareness instead of reacting from your lowest emotions. The world outside will always change, but when your mind is anchored in clarity, purpose, faith, and unwavering belief, you become the kind of person who creates light wherever you go, proving through your own life that the richest kingdom anyone can ever discover is the awakened consciousness they choose to nurture every single day.